I think music is universal, and so like okay, so a good example of this would be like I have this song called "We All Moved to Brooklyn." It's on Spotify. Everybody can stream it. It's about在布鲁克林现在的贵族化, and it's like 越来越差. And so I wrote this song. It's very specific to New York, but on my first tour in China, I played it every night, and people loved it. I don't think they understood all the lyrics. I mean, I think my American audiences don't even understand every single one of my lyrics, but they got the feeling. And then it wasn't till later that me and my manager Fan Yun, we made a Chinese version of "We All Moved to Brooklyn" called "明天搬进北京." I did have some Asian influences in my family. I grew up with a lot of Japanese culture and Chinese culture. Chinese culture fits my personality more. I'm 热闹, like that word, I guess you could translate it as warm or hot or spicy or oily or just um, dynamic. So Chinese culture always felt like it was more me. I'm a dragon. I saw Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and I got really obsessed with like I wanted to be the dragon princess actually. Like I wanted to be yeah, what was that actress? The Zhang Zi's character. Like I wanted to fly and be a dragon princess. So yeah, that's why I went to China. The first time I went to China, I was 15. I started a Shakespeare company, which I wasn't planning on doing. I just brought my complete works of Shakespeare with me because I was an actor, and I directed a Shakespeare company. And we won an award for our version of Twelfth Night in a college-wide competition. I was a great way to be friends with people and meet people because I made tons of new Chinese friends who wanted to perform and wanted to improve their English, but we did it in Chinese, so I'm not sure they really improved their English. I definitely improved my Chinese though, so it was very selfish for me. But it was a great way to meet friends. Xi'an's a big city with a lot of ancient culture, but at the time, and even still, it's not like Beijing or Shanghai. So I don't think in Beijing or Shanghai I would have been able to just show up, start a Shakespeare company.
Why not?
because because Beijing and Shanghai, everyone's so cosmopolitan and super international, and it's just a little bit maybe not more like Zhuangbi, like more pretentious, but maybe you can't show up and be 15 and totally run the city. Not that run the city, that's not what I mean, but like I imagine it would be harder. Like there's more like 手续, there's more like red tape to get through in bigger cities that already have huge international populations and tons of theater companies going on. There's just more competition. So I think it was the perfect city to start in. It was much later that I wrote my first Chinese song. It was after I already played a show in Beijing, my first like serious solo musical show where I met my manager and my whole like Chinese musical career started with this one big show. It wasn't until I came back to New York and knew that my first job after graduating college would be doing a tour in China. So I started getting excited about what do I want to tell my Chinese audience? What do I want to sing to them about? And I'm not like a China expert. I like 我自己不认为我是中国通 like at all. But I learned enough about China that I could see how the society was changing. So I wrote this song called 我是消费主义者, and it's like very 讽刺. It's like this satirical song about how this new material generation in China, which is as a result of westernization, is so kind of not romantic. It's very robotic and unhuman, and I you know, I satirize Western culture, I satirize Chinese culture, I'll satirize every culture. Like, I think that's the job of an artist.
Now, so guess you could say that this was my choice, but I'll have you know
I think there's enough poetry in the songs, there's enough ambiguity and nuance in the songs that my audience, my Chinese audience, can take something different away individually. The songs aren't pedantic or self-righteous. They're explorations and reflections of society. So I think if you, as an audience member, listen to one of my songs, We All Moved to Brooklyn or 明天搬进北京, these songs that, like you say, socially reflect what's going on, you should take away whatever resonates with you, whatever hits you, because it's meant to be a mirror anyway. I have no lesson that I'm trying to teach people, but I do love being able to reflect society because I think deep down we all know we have a heart, we all know we have a soul, and music reminds us that we're human and that we have a soul. And sometimes these topics, which are dry or which are dark or which are a little bit complicated, we tend to leave them in the dark, but music can shine a light on them and heal people.